over Charleston. Baji and Benteke, they remain out. No Fidel Barajas, no Gabriel Pirani. As for Charlotte and Dean Smith, 7 changes from their disappointing loss.
Mark Schoenster, Ross Davenport with you here on Paramount Plus, and we are off and running.
It was drizzling a little bit earlier, but the rain has picked up.
On a rainy night in the nation's capital. Mark Schoenster, Ross Davenport with you here on Paramount Plus, and we are off and running.
It was drizzling a little bit, hopefully at halftime or so. See how much the conditions affect this one. Two teams certainly in desperate need of wins here for different reasons. Perhaps Charlotte, what a start they got off to.
On that other side, the plucky underdog who have everything to prove and nothing to lose. And so as the team that ultimately you want to move on, of course, but you're at the risk of suffering a humbling defeat to a team in a division below you. And he said they're a very good team. And he understands how hungry they are going into that game. So they had to stay focused throughout that 90-plus minutes. And here they come on the other side. Lovely feed in the center! And it's poked away by Bingham.
Dave Schnegg with a hard-charging run down the left side. Lovely little pass. He was onside. It was Kojima. Just couldn't slip it past Bingham. Good start here for.
And he highlighted all the chances they had in that match where they did things well. Just to let them know that even though, obviously, the final score didn't look good, as we'll hold that thought for a moment. He's he's coached in 20 FA Cup games, which is the equivalent of the domestic cup in England. Also, of course, a historic competition, much like the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup.
To a couple of finals, coaching England. 2020 EFL Cup final with Aston Villa, the EFL Trophy final with Walsall in 2015.
This shot will skip wide. Not quite on target. Once again, that's the highlight name at the top of this formation for Charlotte, Patrick Agyemang. And the opposition in that game is the team he now coaches, DC United. So funny how some of these things can come back around. Williamson's service headed down and pawed away by Kim.
Look at it on the replay. 1, 2, 3. 2 completely unmarked.
Once they started falling in extra time, which has been the issue in their league matches as of late, which is taking advantage of the opportunities that present themselves. Here's Schnegg. Curling service, reaches the other side, and it connects with Herrera. It was a nice-looking ball from the other end.
A teasing ball from Dave Schnegg, finding space on that left wing again. So Tavares pushing up alongside Agyemang, Petkovic, and Vargas. Left a little exposed there in the midfield. Smith with some early in-game adjustments.
How busy this month is in May. Both of these teams throughout the entirety of the month are operating on a weekend, midweek schedule.
And of course, it just happened to be that the first MLS midweek matches were last week, so it has been a very congested schedule. We got a couple of early goals, Mark. Philadelphia Union has taken a 1-0 lead against Pittsburgh. Minnesota, 1-0 lead over St. Louis.
Pittsburgh Riverhounds, the only remaining second division side across the competition. The MLS nearly cleaning house in the last round.
Yeah, just part of it was the setup of that round, right? With all the MLS teams not playing each other.
Schnegg rips it through! And the home side capture the lead. His presence is demanded game in and game out. And David Schnegg gets his first of the season.
What a first-time strike from Schnegg, pinching in here into the channel with the ball coming in from the other wing. One bounce and bang on the half volley. Bingham beaten by the pace.
Petkovic with some room to operate. Nikola Petkovic decides to take it himself. It's definitely ambitious, to put it lightly. Though in this rain, you get skipping a little bit. Could cause some problems, but
yeah, Kim hasn't had a whole lot to do in these first 28 minutes. Stuck his hand up on that one header from the corner to palm it wide.
Kerwin Vargas, nice find inside. Petkovic, right into the chest of Kim.
As you see here, just took him back towards the defender, Rowles.
Kept in bounds nicely by Schnegg. And that'll do it for the first half. A goal from David Schnegg is the difference in this one. He smashed it past David Bingham. We'll get, assumedly, 45 minutes to get some work in. See if he can have his effect on this game after scoring in that match against the Charleston Battery in the previous round.
Some stats from that first half. 7 shots for DC United, 6 for Charlotte, 4 on target for DC, 3 for Charlotte. DC with the edge in possession, 59%. XG was pretty close, 0.42 for DC, 0.3 for Charlotte. And only 6 touches in the opposition's box for Charlotte. His chance for a 7th here, perhaps.
Vargas finds Ajiman. Ajiman shoots, punched away by Kim. And the whistle blows.
Good strike by, a lovely first touch by Ajiman. Had a lot of traffic to go through, and Kim was a comfortable save in the end for the Korean keeper. Had to look through some bodies, but I think he perhaps thought he had advantage, went down and didn't get it, but now he's a chance for DC.
Merle tries to curl it. Bingham was ready for it that time. Was looking to pick out that bottom left corner.
Yeah, it was well struck that Bingham was down quickly for the big man. 2 palms on it, key in these conditions. Got to get 2 hands on everything if you can.
Can certainly be an element that a coach has to deal with.
Yeah, we talked to him about it midweek. He said there's nothing you can do. Got to control what we can control. International selections are part of the game. Listen, if Charlotte fans may agree, but if your players are playing well, you want to see them get selected for international duty.
Marshall Ruddy. Headed forward, Ajiman has to tap it back to keep possession for his side. Here he is again. That's a lovely move. Ajiman still going! Solo effort from Patrick Ajiman! Taking matters into his own hands. We are all leveled up here at Audi Field.
Slightly against the run of play, but Charlotte has started to come into this the last couple of minutes.
You start building that confidence and stacking on those offensive opportunities. Williamson provides the cross, and it's in the blink of an eye. Charlotte FC lead.
So Charlotte caused some chaos from corners earlier in this match, and once again, questions have to be asked about the DC United defense. That Bill Tuioma popping up from the back.
Donning the captain's arm. We're going to get 2 changes for DC United following conceding twice in the span of about 3 minutes. Now Marshall Runny able to brace that contact. He has it again. Lovely bit of work. Vargas takes the shot, just skips wide.
Attacking runs with confidence. Vargas, the one look up, struck that well, just maybe a foot wide. Kim's right-hand post.
Lay out. Pokes that into open space, so there isn't a black jersey to receive it. And now here comes Charlotte. Vargas taps it back nicely! Off the woodwork! Now DC United, can they push the other direction? Not if Malanda is on the job, tracking back after taking that shot.
Dilson Malanda just popping up as a striker in the slot.
Abada back in the middle. Nearly 80 minutes played. A goal on the score sheet. He will go to the bench in favor of Tiger Smalls. And this is how this game got going. We'll receive some instruction from Peltola. Will end up being taken from the left-hand side.
Decent strike from Leal. Just didn't get the dip on it. Had the curve. He's got to be careful with the head injuries.
Leal with the service, headed away. Peltola drives it down the right-hand side. Good find. Leal, a bending ball, falls down, settled, shot, and scored! DC United find the leveling goal.
Crowd that has braved these conditions, treated to a late equalizer. Well, just lofted in, not cleared away by Charlotte, and a fine finish by Garrison Tubbs, I think it was. First touch wasn't there, but felt it. Tubbs a little jink inside. Beats Bingham low.
This may be the last moment here for DC United. Stepping inside for an effort. Not a bad look, but it is the last look of regulation. 90 minutes, not enough to separate these two. A hard-fought match in the rain. Of course, I'm sure neither of these teams would have loved to have gone to extra time given how busy the month of May has been. But alas. Unless you want to make that goalkeeper switch right before a penalty shootout, as this one's fed inside nicely. And the deflection sputters up. And it's punched down by David Bingham.
So the Philadelphia Union means we will have 8 MLS teams in the quarterfinals. And Austin have taken a first half lead against Houston. Big man Brandon Vasquez on the sheet there. Just like he was in the previous round against El Paso.
Yeah, scored some big goals in that game. Comeback effort in front of that home crowd.
We got a late equalizer by the Red Bulls, the 93rd minute. Neil Forsberg off the bench.
Keel Marshall-Ruddy combines, and Tiger Smalls buries an early goal in extra time.
The extra time magician Charlotte on the board first here in the first extra 15 minutes.
Tiger Smalls, the Englishman, just 22 years old, scoring his first goal for Charlotte.
Marshall-Ruddy, the left back pinching inverted.
Curling ball, two-fisted punch from David Bingham. Wheeling around, rolling into the left-hand side. Here's Stroud, service in center! Not out of the woods yet! And it's into the back of the net! Tied once again at Audi Field. Persistence key for DC United.
Slopping defending punished again by Charlotte FC. Hopkins with the finish, but it really should never have got to that point. There's another look at it here. It was actually Hopkins who started. Stroud with the ball across. Complete mess of it, Ream. Ineffective clearance. Right to Hopkins, who was just...
Maybe one more chance in this period. Stroud back up top, finds Leal. Trying to feed it inside. Schnegg. Leal once more. These combinations, you could see where they want to go with it. It's just not being executed. And now, after 15 minutes of extra time, 2 more goals on the score sheet. I know there will be people over at Crown Legacy who'll be very happy to see him out there on the field once again. Some pressure from DC United. Won't win them the ball back, and now Charlotte will push in the opposite direction. Tiger Smalls still going. Smalls tried to do it all himself.
Just a little too much for Tiger Smalls, but what a run from the halfway line. Kind of rolls, kept pace with him though, stride for stride, and did just enough to get in his line of sight.
No more time tacked on. 120 minutes and nothing separating DC United and Charlotte FC, which means the dreaded penalty kicks are incoming. Looking to give his team the advantage. One-on-one with the veteran David Bingham. Easily done.
You wouldn't know that man had been running around for 120 minutes by that penalty. Well struck by Herrera, sending Bingham the wrong way. With the short run up, will he step back a little bit? No, he won't.
Malanda denied by far. The late game adjustment makes his mark on the game.
Not sure if he tried to catch Jordan Farr. Napping a little bit, Malanda. It was a
Hopkins, they're comfortable now.
wonderful strike from Hopkins. Not sure about the dancing. Bingham went the right way, but far too much power on that from Hopkins. He just put the laces through it. 5 for 5 penalties in his career in Europe.
And it's denied by Farr again!
That 5 for 6, Jordan Farr. DC United bench, as they should, going absolutely mental.
It takes some gumption from Chesterborough, New Jersey. Denied! Big save from Bingham. And a sign of life for Charlotte.
Well struck penalty.
His 4th year with the club, 29 years old. Bronico steps up and he puts it home.
First guy that's actually waited for Jordan Farr to make a move.
It can be done. Looking like Ashton Jeanty there for a moment. Fletcher, long wind up, and it's blocked by Bingham.
Not a great penalty by Fletcher. A little too much nonsense in the run-up. He was trying to shake Bingham, but Bingham stood strong. Guessed.
Can he level this shootout? No, he cannot, because Jordan Farr is in the game.
Another poor penalty. Tavares certainly with tired legs, have to go in the distance.
A chance to send DC United to the quarterfinals for the first time since 2013, a year they won it all. It's stopped by Bingham!
Nothing you can do, I can do better, says the veteran. That was a good save too, because he waited till the last minute to dive. Only got one hand on.
He steps up, and it's stopped by Farr!
The only way it should end. Jordan Farr is your hero.
For 120 minutes these teams have played, and it's a man who played for 2 of them. That's the hero in this one. DC United are moving on to the quarterfinals.
Listen, as a keeper, sometimes you just get in that zone when you know almost where each guy is going to go. Another comfortable height for Farr, but he once again